for Black Ops 4, let's see. Black Ops 4, I'm gonna get this to the AN-94. Pretty much is similar to the Black Ops 2 counterpart. Great damage. Has, what's it, the first shot shoots out like 2 bullets or something like that. Yeah, the first 2 rounds are fire faster than most, so that's a really good solid pick. The Rampart is also pretty good. It's basically like the Scar, the Man of War. May shoot slow, but hits hecka hard. Can definitely take you to higher rounds too. And of course, we got the old reliable Galil. Now, the micro MG 9mm is actually pretty good. Um, I say it's probably one of the best SMGs to have. You can actually take this to some of the boss fights in this game too. Of course, the Spitfire is one of my personal favorites, and I think it's also the one of the best ones to bring as well. This is good for the Dead of the Night boss fight. This is also good for the IX boss fights. And I'm trying to remember if there's any other boss fights it's good for as well. And this is also a wall weapon, so you don't have to worry about getting it from the box. For the tacticals, I think the Stingray probably does the best because with the attaches, this becomes an explosive tactical basically. Yeah, if you add in the impact blast. Other than that though, these are the attachments for it, but you can also pick your own. But outside of that, the Swordfish and the ABR is also pretty good. The Auger is also okay. Avoid this piece of shit of a weapon. And the M16 is just there. This is hands down your best friend. Possibly the best LMG in both multiplayer and zombies. Is a must have. Or at least it's top 5, if not top 10, or even top 3. Tiger Shot is actually viable. It's a great contender. Zai Handler is also a great contender as well. This is decent of a wall weapon, but I can't really say it's the most reliable weapon to have, but it can definitely take you to places. SDM is pretty much the EBR or the Dracon of this game. Honestly, really good. I say the hmm, I say the Locust could definitely take you to places as well. The Outlaw is also up there as well. Vendetta is pretty much good for headshots, but it's weaker in body shots. The Outlaw, the Locust, and even the SDM does better in body shots than that. This might actually be the weakest one, and if I be honest. The This is the meta weapon of the game. The Hellion Salvo. I think everybody that played Black Ops 4 should know this by now. This is honestly the best weapon to have. It's basically a wonder weapon, even though it's not. But it's the highest damaging weapon you can have in this game, and it makes pretty much everything relatively easy. In some maps it's easy to get, in others it's really difficult. But it's a fantastic weapon to have it once you have it. And I cannot tell you not one time, not one person isn't excited to have this. In actuality, everybody's excited to have this bad boy right here. This is actually a sleeper pick, but the SG-12 is actually really good, if not really great. Um, I say you definitely should pick this up because this shotgun is probably the best shotgun to have. Um, in zombies. And if you thought this was annoying in multiplayer, not worth your time dealing with, honestly though, this would be worth it in zombies because this actually melts a lot of things, like what's it, the wolf on Dead of the Night relatively fast. And I think it could do well in some of the other enemies too. But you also need like a proper setup for it. But out of all the shotguns, this is one of the only few ones that can actually take you to high rounds without question. Yeah, and these are my attachments for this. Now the strobe light won't really do much. It might slow the zombies down, but it'll definitely take you some places. The Strife is actually a beautiful pistol. Like even without the what's this stiletto knife, this thing can actually hold its own in a lot of the areas. And I think that's really it. Rampage is actually pretty good, and the ballistic knife is also pretty great as well. But everything else is either average or below average. As for armory setups, oops, this is yeah. So don't worry about the elixirs. But I say out of the two that you should probably take when you're playing with teams, Temporal Gift and Nowhere But There are going to be your best friends. The other two or three you could pick. As for this, I say this is like the perfect setup for like being a healer or just having a well versed trait of being a team player. But if you try to do this like solo and you got like I don't know maybe like the Hellion Salvo as a mule kick, excuse me, the mule kick or a PhD slider for the rocket or both if you decide to give up another perk. But I think this setup is at its best. And it's the same thing for this too. Although there's also Vicious Tortoise. That's really great. Um, Winter's Well is also fantastic to have as well. Everything else, you just have to know some good perk combos that can help out with that. Yeah. And as for special weapons, which ones I think is the greatest and which ones I think is there for team plays, the Ragnarok's, especially with level 3, because when you upgrade these to the max, you can provide your teammates and they'll be able to keep their main perks. They won't be able to keep the secondary perks because technically by default you can't have any more than just 4 perks. However, for solo runs and speed runs, the Path of Sorrows I've seen takes the cake. You basically are able to camouflage yourself and it has ridiculous speed movement so fast. I cannot kid you not. I've seen like maybe some what's it, some speed runs of this, and people are just zooming with this thing. But this is also great because it's just crowd control dominations. And this is for the Ether side. For the Chaos, team play wise, I say the Scepter comes with clutch, especially it gives you a feel which any zombie that's entered the field are slowly burnt or slowing down and slowly burning to death. Any teammate that's in it can revive instantly. Has the same effect with the Ragnarok. It can keep your 4 main perks and everything else, but good luck keeping your other special perks. That's not base. For solo runs, in my opinion, though, I think the Hammer of Valhalla takes the cake. Now, the chakrams are pretty much the Path of Sorrows, so none of these will turn you invincible, but this will give you a speed boost and a protected, what's it, field with the chakrams circling around you. Hammer of Valhalla strikes, what's that, has a chain reaction lightning bolt, and it's beautiful for solo. It's probably the hardest hitting one of the three. And then Viper Dragon is actually a sleeper pick. I used the main Viper Dragon before the Hammer and Sector. But I used to like it because the level 3 upgrade, the blade turns into like monkeys. Anybody attached to it at the hit of the zombie are basically are dead. So yeah, definitely a sleeper pick. But yeah, these are the setups of Robot the Chaos and the Ether story I usually run with. And I think that's really it for Black Ops 4. I believe Cold War is going to be next, and then Vanguard is going to be my last one. And these are more likely going to be the meta weapons for, the zombies for a while, unless Treyarch or Activision hit us with a surprising patch of a lifetime. But yeah, this is all I got for y'all for the Black Ops 4 at least.